Hello everyone, happy Saturday, or at least it's Saturday as of the time I'm filming this, but it's a very specific Saturday. It is Saturday, September 27th. Yes, it's Saturday, September 27th, and today I am going to Rick Riordan's book tour for his new book, Court of the Dead. And I'm very excited. I'm going to be vlogging that and taking you guys along with me. It's the first book tour I've really ever been to in my life. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see them talk about stuff. It'll be fun to just witness it. But since this is a vlog and the book tour is not until 7 p.m., I wanted to give small updates on just life and what I did today. First thing I did today was I officially bought my wedding dress. Shout out, very excited for that. And now I sit here and watch my alma mater currently lose a football game. As of me filming this, it's only the second quarter, and Georgia Tech is down 3-7. So hopefully they pull it together by the end of the game. Oh, don't pay attention to my room, it's kind of messy. But next time you guys see me, it'll probably be when I get ready to leave my apartment to go on the book tour. So enjoy this vlog, and I hope we have a fun time together. Okay, thankfully, my team won the game. Barely. Georgia Tech won in, like, overtime, and the final score was, like, 30-29, and I was sick and close to throwing up. So at least we won, which is good, because if Georgia Tech lost, I was going to have a really bad day, and I was going to make it everyone's problem, and thankfully I can go to the book tour now with a happy mood. But it's, let's see, it's 4:15 right now. I'm about like 40 minutes from the place that the book tour is at, so I'll probably leave in like literally an hour. Thankfully, I already have like hair and makeup done from having to go and buy my wedding dress this morning, so it's not going to take long to get ready at all. So I still have like an hour to chill and hang out. While I pass the time, in case you were wondering, I have started reading the first Kyoshi book. I don't know how many of my subscribers like overlap from Percy Jackson to Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if you don't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and you don't know what this is, I finished the TV show and I'm obsessed with Kyoshi. And I'm also obsessed with like the Kyoshi warriors. So I've started reading her books and I really like it so far. So this is what I will be doing for the next like 40 minutes. Now, I was going to, hypothetically for the vlog, go out and like take myself out to eat before, but A, I have social anxiety, and B, I remembered I have Costco sushi in my house. So this is what I will be eating for dinner before I go to the book tour. If you have a Costco membership and you like sushi and you haven't tried their sushi, I recommend. I'm obsessed with it. It's currently my favorite thing to eat. So we're gonna have a couple of these pieces for dinner and save ourselves some money, actually, by not going out. We're being responsible, mature adults. Ooh. Ah. Now, I don't own chopsticks, and B, even if I did, I don't eat sushi with chopsticks. I don't have that kind of dexterity, so I'm not a chopstick user, okay? If you are, more power to you, but that's just not me. I will be eating this sushi with a fork, and I'll be doing it proudly. Serving size is 10, I have 9. Bon appetit. This is not something that I can give you. I'm so sorry. Okay, here's the fit check for the book tour. I have to step far away so you can see me. Don't look at the mess of my room. That's none of your business. Don't look at the mess. The t-shirt is a Kim Papua t-shirt from the Common Room shop, which is one of my favorite places to buy like nerdy shirts and stuff. It's comfort colors, so it's like very comfy. We have my cat bathing. And then we have jeans from, guys, I don't know where, and my New Balances. Am I gonna regret wearing long jeans in Georgia when it's 80 degrees outside? Yeah, probably. I'm kind of just banking on the venue being cold. Let's hope for the best. Because by the time the event's over, it will be dark outside. So it shouldn't be too hot. We'll find out. The venue also has a clear bag policy. My least favorite policy, just because it's embarrassing when people can see like the tiny little bottle of contact solution that I have to bring everywhere in case my contacts mess up, or my icebreakers. The only clear bag that I have that I own is from the Eras tour. I got a clear bag for me and my sister, like, to match. So it says Taylor Swift the Eras tour on it. What are you gonna do? Beggars can't be choosers. So yes, this is the fit. It's 5:15, so I'm probably gonna be leaving in a couple of minutes. I'm very sad because I hate leaving my cat. This is gonna be the second time I have to leave him today. I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm so sorry, Indy. I'll be back, I promise. I forgot to add this to the outfit check. My little Athena owl necklace, which I haven't been wearing a lot recently because, like, I kind of got in a weird phase of thinking that necklaces look weird on me, but if there's any time to bring it out, it's for this. It might end up in my shirt, though, by the end if I feel like it's banging into my little microphone. We'll have to find out. All right. I think it's time that I venture outside of my apartment. Something I don't really like doing. So, Rick, if you're watching this, this is for you. This is the saddest part about leaving my apartment. He does not like when we leave him. We both have very severe attachment anxiety to each other. I'll be back, buddy, I promise. It won't be for long, I swear. Is he not the cutest cat you've ever seen? All right, we're in the car. AC is cranking because, like I said, it is 80 degrees in Georgia, and I decided to wear long jeans. We have about a 40-minute drive ahead of us. Next time you see me, I will be at the venue because what are we in this house, guys? We are responsible drivers. We do not vlog and drive. Okay, so I've made it to the venue. The book tour for Georgia is at Georgia Gwinnett College, which I've actually never been to, even though I lived in Georgia my whole life. The first parking lot was full, so I kind of just parked wherever I could find. I don't know if I parked in one of the right parking lots. We'll hope for the best. But now I'm walking. It's a pretty nice day out. I'm walking to the venue, and I already drove by it. The line is so long. It is literally such a long line to get into the building, and everyone's waiting, and they're waiting in the sun. That's gonna suck. Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. You know you're in the right place for Percy Jackson when there's just a long line of people in like orange and purple shirts. Dude, the line wraps around the parking lot. I didn't expect like a line this long. I mean, I expect it to be like sold out, obviously, but a line? It's like we're waiting for a ride at Disney. That's crazy. I'm excited though. This is my first time ever going to like a book tour of any sorts. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm gonna sweat in line, but hey, we're all sweating together, I guess. Thank you. This is so cool. Also, we got our books and we got a free hat, so that's kind of cool. Catch me sitting in the back row because I have severe social anxiety about filming in public. I get less anxious filming in public when I have Chris with me, my fiance, but he's not with me, so I feel a little bit weirder. But anyways, it's a pretty big turnout. And there's still a whole lot of people behind me, like getting their books, and there's like a table of other Riordan or Mark books that you can get that they've also signed. I might take a gander at that after, if there's any left. But they're books that I already own, and they're just signed. and I just got a signed book. Everyone does, but I got my book, I got my hat. Pretty cool. Look at how cute it is. Just everybody in their little mythic hats. Aww, this is so sweet. This is so cute. Percy Jackson fans are so cute. I'm obsessed. Look, everyone just has their little purple hats on. Should I try my hat on? I probably should. What do you guys think? It's kind of tight. I have a fat head. Okay, that fits a little bit better. Squeezing my noggin for a second there. Cute. Here's the book. And, aw, it's autographed. That's so cute. Now, at the rate at which I'm reading Heroes of Olympus, I'll be able to read this book in the year of 2028. Can't wait though.
And we have an author talk. We have a whole series of middle grade author talks. We have Karen Strong coming in October. We have Scott Redkin in November. We have Kwame Mambala in December. We are welcoming everybody here. We would love to see you again. Events are on our website. It's GwinnettLibrary.org.
Life, in its myriad forms, adapts, thrives, and endlessly surprises. And the most curious creatures are often overlooked. Today, we turn our lens to a species rarely documented in its natural habitat. Small, shadowy echoes of human emotion. These are the cocoa puffs. A creature of profound introversion, prone to whispering and hiding. It thrives in shadows and hates eye contact. Shadows that giggle, sigh, or silently panic in tandem with us. These extraordinary creatures continue their tireless work, an essential part of the tapestry of human existence, quiet proof that you are never alone. Not really.
The Court of the Dead is now in session. All rise for the judge.
Oh.
The Court of the Dead, in and for the District of Georgia, is hereby called to order. You may be seated. Bailiff, unfetter the prisoners and bring them forth.
Next on the docket, the gods versus Riordan and Mark Oshiro. The court will now accept testimony in connection with their indefensible actions.
Flagrant and egregious violations of the law. In that regard, there is only one true, eternal, and immutable law in this universe. The only thing which is constant is everything.
Changing your mind.
Nothing in this universe truly changes. Look to the gods. 3,000 years, and still engaged in the exact same petty quarrels and disputes. Nothing has changed. Look to the demigods. They are born with a fatal flaw. They live with the fatal flaw. They die by the fatal flaw. They do not seek to change or improve, and that is good. You mortals, you have deluded yourself into believing that you can change. You can't even change the logo of a restaurant without
You changed your mind. You settled down.
Oh my god, look at the mustache.
Well, that's the first time anyone has looked at that picture with the hair and said, I settled down, but yeah.
The hair, by the way, is a very good touch. White would have been better.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, well, this is me and my wife, Becky.
Woo!
We've been together.
Yeah. Woo!
There, by the way.
Woo!
We've been together since we were 16. We got married when we were 21. And I just like to note, we have the same birthday. She's 30 minutes older than I am. And so obviously we decided to get married on our mutual birthday. But in my defense, I have never forgotten my anniversary.
This is a child of Hades, correct?
Yeah, very much. I like to say, I remember when I posted this online for the first time, I was like, this is basically like gay Latino Nico. Because I grew up, that is you actually, as far as I can I grew up in a, maybe not the time-traveling hotel part, but a lot of Nico is what I resonated with when I first read the Percy Jackson series, so Nico was always my favorite character. And so, yeah, I like things spooky. I was a very goth kid. I'm so afraid of
Obviously.
What's next? Okay, I need you to know, this is me and my friend Ramon, outside of an AFI show in Los Angeles, California. I sent this to him and said I was going to maybe show this to a bunch of people, and he texted back, this is the straightest you've ever looked. So I like to change my appearance. I think it's fun. I think it's an interesting way to express yourself, to be able to do other things. So yeah.
Like, be a rock star.
Oh, yeah. So also like Rick, I thought I was going to be a rock star. When I was younger, I was in punk rock and hardcore bands. I still love music, so yes, maybe I pursued another form of art for a while. Why did you all laugh? I don't like it.
Students have been telling me for years that I should write stuff for them. I never really sort of got the right story going, but when my son said, yeah, you need to do Percy Jackson, do that. So I did, and then I made the leap from classroom teaching to being a full-time writer. It was very scary, but I did like doing school visits because I felt right at home. And look, I also still feel like I am a teacher in a way. It's just that now I have millions of you guys in my classroom, and I don't have to grade your homework.
I hate homework.
Greek mythology to Greek.
Because my mind is boggled by this. You went from writing about Greek mythology, about great gods, heroes, monsters, to writing about those unimaginative thieves, the Romans. Why would you do that? But at least I assume that there's a good reason for that.
I mean, what can I do? I mean, the Roman Empire is my Roman Empire. What can I tell you? But the Greeks and the Romans are very, very much connected. I wanted to do more books about mythology, but I didn't want to do Percy Jackson all over again right away. I wanted to try to do something a little bit different in the same world. So I decided, why don't we pretend there's another camp, Camp Jupiter, where the demigods are on the Roman side of the god's identity, and we'll have this huge prophecy with 7 main characters, and I'll tell the story from the point of view of each of them. Turns out 7 is a lot of main characters, but I love them all, so yes, I did that, and I don't have any regrets.
And then you focus on the Roman Empire.
Read any of these? I can only assume the Roman emperors are the heroes. Is that correct?
No.
I'm so glad you're booing. Please boo him more.
You changed the characters. For instance, Nico. Nico went from a dour goth boy to a well-adjusted young man with a sunny boyfriend.
That's a change. Pretty much everyone in this audience is pretty happy with that they're together. Not only are they together, but they got an entire novel together, and now they have a second one. I also think one one of the challenges we face when writing The Sun and the Star is that inevitably the book could not feel like any of the other books that you had written by yourself. You talked about this process when we were trading drafts back and forth, and it's the same case with The Court of the Dead is Nico's voice changes a little bit. He's grown, he has different experiences, and particularly with this book, we really wanted to respect what happened at the end. We won't spoil it if you haven't read it, but this book very much builds off of some of the choices made at the end of The Sun and the Star, and that includes Nico's own journey with his mental health and Nico's journey with Will, which we're very proud of.
Absolutely, yeah, and it is a different book, but it's so nice to have this sort of strong couple at the center of all the adventures. In The Sun and the Star, I think that was about the two of them sort of learning what it means to be a couple and still have to solve problems in the middle of Tartarus, no less. And in this book, it's more about, okay, we're starting to figure out our relationship, everything's pretty much cool there, but how do we support the people around us? How do we step up when other people need our help? For instance,
So I love Hazel West so much.
Woo!
Correctly, that there's almost no Hazel in The Sun and the Star. That she's mentioned, I think, once in the whole book. And that was intentional on our part when we were talking about, the outline for Sun and the Star and what was going to be in that book. We knew that we were going to bring some characters back and we would get to see them again who hadn't been seen in a long time. But it felt, hey, here's Hazel, his half-sibling, a very important person in Nico's life. If she's around, she needs to have a big story. So even back then, there was no plan. It was, if we get to do this again, I think it needs to be a Nico, Will, and Hazel story. And so when the idea, which is from you, from Rick, who told a joke that then made me spiral for a month, I then connected to, I would really love you to tell everyone.
okay, so yes, it is my fault that we went down this very long and strange road. Basically, we were doing a mic check when we were doing the promotional stuff for Sun and the Star. And we were just kind of riffing. And I said, where does the Minotaur get his tiny whitings? Does he just go into Walmart? And then I started thinking, what if he knits them himself? And why? And it just kind of went from there. It's like, that's just one of those unanswerable questions. Why?
Well, unanswerable, and then it was like 3 weeks later, and it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, why am I thinking of his underwear still? Like, it was like, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I had this idea where I was like, well, I would love to one day do another book with you. I would love to have Hazel, Nico, Will. How does the Minotaur fit into this? So, without going into spoilers, something happens at the end of The Sun and the Star that's very important for the world, or for the underworld, and the creatures who live there. And I thought, well, what if the Minotaur shows up at Camp Jupiter and is like, yo, Hazel, I need your help. And I saw Rick about a month later at an American Library Association conference and said, hey, remember that joke you told? Here's a whole idea. And you said, let's see what happens. And then a month later, I had a whole outline for The Court of the Dead. And so we didn't have but yes, we were very much thinking about. We took a lot of risks in Sun and the Star. It's a very different book from a lot of the other Percy Jackson books. So when writing this one, I hope there are moments when you just stop and you're like, are Mark and Rick okay? Because it is a very unhinged book, and it is because we wanted to do something different and give you a different experience.
Oh yeah, the guardrails are off.
And you've changed your medium, Defendant Riordan.
Woo!
For about 7 years, and what happened 7 years ago is that Disney acquired the Fox Corporation, and we decided, Becky and I, to sort of engage with Hollywood for the first time in a long time.
Woohoo!
There were some things that had happened. I'm not going to go into it. We went to Disney and said, do you know you now have the rights to Percy Jackson? And we'd love to do a live-action TV show because we think that would give us more time to develop the story and get more content in there. And I thought I knew how hard an adaptation was. I had no idea. It is so hard every day that we're on set. And we're on set right now in Vancouver doing season 3. The call list is about 500 people every single day, working from sunup to sundown. And all of that will yield, in the end, about 1 minute of screen time. So if you do the math, you can kind of figure out how long it takes to film an entire season. And that's just the filming. Then you have to do post-production, all the special effects, all the lighting, all the sound, the music, the editing, everything has to happen. It's a lot. It takes a lot of people. So, did I control every aspect of the TV show? No, that would be impossible. But we are in the room, and it is happening. We are at the table having those conversations, and we are definitely involved. I read every script. I make notes on every single edition of every script that comes through. The actors are incredible. Season 1, I thought we did a really good job, but I'm a perfectionist. I am always saying, okay, we could do this better, and that better, and this other thing better. So when we did season 2, we had a lot of conversations, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I think season 2 is even better, and I think you'll like it better. It's underway.
Okay.
So you're also
Brother.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it in?
Oh, I saw like distress on like 30 of your faces.
Well, while we're waiting and assuming that it will load, I will say this is not the full season 2 trailer, not yet. This is a really good sort of tease into it, but Mark and I saw the full season 2 trailer. It was the first time I'd seen it the day this tour started.
Oh my god.
And it was unbelievable.
Do you know how weird it is to be a Percy Jackson fan and have secrets? Like, I remember I had to, when I wrote The Son of the Star, I had to keep it a secret for about 1.5 years, which means I gaslit even my closest friends, and some of you in this audience as well. And so, yeah, it is, I've seen it, oh boy.
Not only
My
that,
hair is getting longer, it's full of secrets.
but a couple of weeks ago, I was in Vancouver on set and got to see the first scene with Nico D'Angelo. You like her songs?
Percy Jackson began as a bedtime story for my son. All these years later, it's become a story for kids all over the world. It all started with a book that 180 million people around the world adore. Rick has given 20 years of his life to this material, building this with us. It was crucial. It was going to make the difference of this working or not working. So what comes next? We're going to need all the help we can get. Brace yourself, Perseus. Let's go do the impossible. Percy Jackson.
Rick brought me on to this project to help write Nico as authentically as possible, and you know, the the team specifically looked for a queer writer to help write, Nico and Will. And since The Sun and the Star has come out, I have been so lucky to be able to visit students at school, visited your school, hi Iris, and get to present specifically about this book. And I want you all to know that we are both so happy about the success of Sun and the Star because of something else that has happened, which is that the book is helping kids feel seen and safe and respected. And a phenomenon that has been happening, especially around Sun and the Star, is I will go to these school visits across the country, I will present about Sun and the Star, and at the end of the visit, when everyone leaves, they'll always, well not always, but there'll be one or two kids who stick around who will come up to me and be like, I just want to tell you, and then they'll come out to me. And they will be like, I've never told anyone, and I just want you to know. And I loved reading this book, and now I can tell someone. And so even if you are not in the community, this is like a side effect of supporting books like this and helping them be successful, is that you are, inadvertently helping other people who need these kind of books. And it's the kind of book that I needed when I was younger. So yes, we are changing the world.
This court has heard enough. I believe I have been more than open-minded and even-handed, as even this audience would agree. But in my millennia as a judge, I have never seen such flagrant violations of the law. You've changed your looks, you've changed your profession, you've changed your characters, you've changed your genres, you've changed your media, you've changed diapers, you've changed the world, and perhaps most egregiously, you have attempted to change my mind. You have failed miserably. I told you that you shall hang, and hang you shall. Bailiff, take them to the gallows.
Oh my god.
There's a call, and I think you better take it.
Yeah, what? Oh, hello, Lord Hades. How are you? Yes, I'm here with Mr. Riordan and Mr. Oshiro. They say hey. No. An unauthorized trial, I would never, ever commit. An unauthorized trial, you know that, Lord Hades. It was more like a good hang.
No.
You want to see me, Lord Hades? Okay, we do have a rather full schedule, but I think we can fit you in about 2 weeks from the next solstice. Would that work for you, Lord Hades? Now? You want to see me now? Hello? Court adjourned. Hang you all.
What would you say is Nico's favorite holiday?
Holiday?
Holiday.
Holiday.
Halloween.
Like I'm gonna say Arbor Day or what?
What is Will's fatal flaw?
Great question. I don't think, have we discussed this?
Shout out to that person. No, we haven't necessarily. We did talk a lot about Will's emotional undercurrent. Some of you may have seen me talk about Will a lot on Twitter yesterday while I was in the car. If I had to say anything, I would say, no, I kind of don't want to tell you because now I maybe want to write about it again.
He's gonna keep all of this in suspense.
I would say his fatal flaw is his loyalty. Because a fatal flaw, I think a good fatal flaw has to also be good, like a good part of it, but then when misapplied, is that he is a deeply loyal character.
What is your favorite fandom inside joke?
Oh, wait, okay, if you were at the event 2 years ago, first of all, I adopted a plant. Number one, I have not yet. However, I have behaved myself on this stage, and I have been fighting the gay sit, which is that we can't sit in chairs. There's a photo of me at the last event, fully sitting like this at one point while I was like, talking to the crowd, and this very well-known, exceptionally talented fan artist drew Nico sitting like I was. And that was because of you in Atlanta egging me on to sit crazier in the seat. It was great. Do you have a favorite in-joke?
I don't think I have a damn favorite.
Okay, we have officially completed our first ever book tour, and I'm very happy that it was for Riordan. I had a lot of fun. The whole court, like, being on trial bit was really funny. I thought that it was very entertaining. I met somebody who I know from Twitter that I got to sit with, so I didn't feel alone, which was really nice. Shout out to Jasmine. And then there was like a young girl sitting in front of me, and she was just so sweet the whole time. She was just like turning around and saying to her dad, who was like standing in the back, being like, "Dad, take a picture. Dad, take a picture." It was adorable. I love Percy Jackson fans, and they're all just so sweet and kind, and it was really cool, and I had a lot of fun. I wish it was longer. I wish there could have been like some more fan questions, but I have my book, I have my hat. I'm very happy, I'm very pleased. This was a fun little vlog to make. I had a blast. Now I get to go home and watch the rest of the Georgia-Alabama game. Don't know how that's gonna end. By the time you're watching this, we'll know how it ends. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys go get your copy of The Court of the Dead. Like I said, I don't think I'll be reading this book until 2028 at the rate that I'm going, but I look forward to getting there whenever I do.